Quick, light, and delicious, pork tenderloin deserves a place on your summer menu. Kimberly Green, home economist and registered dietitian, is going to show us how to infuse lean pork tenderloin with a delicious sweet marinade. Today we're going to put pork on your fork. Kimberly, what are we cooking up?
Today we're making sweet and soy Ontario pork tenderloin.
Sounds delicious. Pork tenderloin, is it a healthy choice?
It is. Pork tenderloin is the leanest cut of pork that there is. It has about 2.5 grams of fat in a 100-gram cooked serving and only 1.1 grams of saturated fat.
When we talk about servings, how much should I be buying when I'm cooking this for my family?
Well, one tenderloin is usually about 300 to 400 grams, and typically it serves 2 to 3 people. This recipe today we're using 2 tenderloins, so it should serve 6.
So how do we make this?
Well, pork tenderloin is excellent for marinating because it's so lean. So what we do is we stir together the ingredients, which are a cup of blueberry jam or Saskatoon jam, whatever you have.
Okay.
Some reduced sodium soy sauce, a third of a cup. Some lemon juice, a quarter of a cup. Freshly grated ginger. And minced garlic.
Lots of flavors.
Lots of flavors, yeah, delicious. And a little bit of oil, just to marinate. Oil and acidity, the lemon, are what make a great marinade. So you just stir that together. So now we want to reserve about half a cup of the marinade as a sauce and use the rest to marinate and soften the pork. So we're going to heat up that sauce, so I'll just pour about half a cup into the saucepan, and we'll use that later. And then the rest goes into a baggie, or you can use a non-reactive or a non-metal container, plastic bowl with a lid to marinate it. You never want to use the marinade that you've had with raw meat for a sauce afterwards. That's why we separated out some of the ingredients that we'd mix together for a sauce later. Also, we want to make sure to marinate the pork in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours, up to overnight.
So we've marinated our meat. What's the next step?
Well, you want to transfer the tenderloins to a foil-lined baking sheet and discard the marinade.
So why are we using a foil line? Why don't we just spray it?
Well, it makes cleanup a lot easier, especially when you have something sweet in a marinade like jam. It tends to burn a little bit, so this makes cleanup easy. You just take the foil off, you don't have to scrub your baking sheet.
How long are we cooking the tenderloin for?
The tenderloin is going to be in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. And a good tip is to take the thinner end of the pork tenderloin and tuck it underneath so that it cooks more evenly.
So it'd be this end?
That's right. So you just tuck it underneath so it's the same thickness, and you won't get that dry end. It'll be nice and evenly cooked.
So we have our meat in the oven. When do we start our sauce for it?
Well, about 10 minutes before the tenderloin is to be cooked, we start to heat the sauce, and that'll be a nice warm sauce over the top, and you can just stir it.
How long are we cooking our sauce for?
So just about 2 to 3 minutes. You just want to heat it through to make a nice sauce for the finished tenderloin.
Is this sauce going to get thicker while it heats up?
No, it's going to stay thin, just like a drizzle.
So how do we know when our meat is fully cooked?
Well, you want to use a meat thermometer to check. That's the only way to be certain. And you're looking for 160 Fahrenheit or 71 Celsius. We slice it into medallions when we're serving it. And sometimes there's a little bit of a hint of pink, and you can see it's still nice and juicy.
Now, is it safe to serve it with it being a little bit pink?
Yeah, a tiny hint of pink in the center is still safely cooked, as long as your meat thermometer shows the correct temperature.
So what do we do with the sauce that we just heated up?
Well, you just drizzle it over the top, and it gives a nice sweet taste to the pork, and you serve it.
Oh, that looks beautiful. Where can somebody go to get more information and more recipes?
We have some great recipes on putporkonyourfork.com.
Well, thank you very much, Kimberly.
Thank you.